What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to talk about something that's actually an issue that I've run into before in the past. As some of you have probably seen, a few years ago I built an open gun out of a Glock 17 that I run an optic on. One thing that was very difficult for me to make the decision on was to actually go with the optic versus open sights because it's inherently handicapped in a way. And don't get me wrong, I'll explain that in a second. Really, you have two ways you can mount an optic on a pistol. You can either do a frame mount that you'll see much on 1911s, where there's a mount that comes up and is above your bore axis, above your slide that the optic will sit on. Or there's mounts that you can put into the dovetails. Those are predominantly the more popular ones that you'd see because they're a little bit easier, and they also have the optic running as low to the bore axis as possible. That's the way I chose to do it. By far and away, the two most popular optics out there are like the Burris Fast Fires or Doctor Optics, like a red dot, small red dot sight. I actually have a Burris Fast Fire that I've been running for years that I love. But one thing I don't like about it is when I shifted to that optic on that particular gun, I basically rendered that gun useless if the optic fails for any reason. The mount basically that I use, which is the Burris mount, eliminates the rear sight, and you mount the Burris mount into that rear sight dovetail, and then you mount the optic to that mount. What happens with that is you virtually eliminate the rear sight. So if you have a failure with your optic, you're done for the day. You know, you have a battery die, you're done for the day. That's an issue that doesn't really pop up that often, but when it does pop up, it's extremely annoying. So what we have to share with you today is actually a product from a company out there called Sight Mount, where they've basically created a Picatinny rail that mounts through a dovetail onto your gun. Right now I'm pretty sure they do Glock, Springfield Armory, Beretta, and FN. And what it does basically is you have a Picatinny rail that they've incorporated the rear sight into. So then effectively you would mount the optic to this, and if you ever had an optic failure, you just pull the optic off and you got a set of rear sights there incorporated into it. Wicked cool idea, super simple, but in application it's a really good idea, and it solves a problem for the guys that are running open guns, or and don't want to have that gun just be that. Just a competition gun, or just a gun you can go and plink with to have your friends think you're cool because you're running an optic on it. When that optic fails, you have a way out without having to drift out and drift in a sight. So, pretty cool. We're going to take you guys on the bench, we're going to install it, we're going to bore sight it, we're going to mess around with it a little bit and see really how well it actually works and if it does what they say it does. So, thanks for watching, guys. Let's get this thing put on.